Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to cover climate change and mental health. If you like this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and turn on the bell to be notified so you know when I post a new video. Last September, the United Nations hosted a climate change summit. This was a massive event and there were so many young leaders that attended that got to speak truth to power. However, a running theme throughout the day was the dire situation we are in because of climate change. Young people were really pleading for action to be taken now, and you can really see the sadness behind this because there's so much fear that nothing's going to happen and climate change is going to destroy us all. So this led me to decide to blog about this phenomenon because I was doing work for the United Nations Foundation, so I decided to provide some tips about how to combat climate change depression. My first tip is to focus on yourself, and this may seem really contrary to everything I've talked about on the channel, but your actions really do matter, and you yourself cannot solve all the world's problems. It's normally a group effort that can achieve that type of thing, and it's super important to use your sphere of influence too, whether that's your friends, followers, or family. And that was something that I thought was super important because when you really focus on an action you take every day and you can change that, you gain some semblance of control, even when you cannot have control over the whole situation like climate change itself. My next tip is to try to find one positive story every day about people taking action on climate change. There are some countries that aren't taking action, but there are many that are. So it's super important to look into those countries. Some have pledged to plant millions of trees and make councils for young people to be involved in the government. These stories will really make you have hope for the future because countries are taking action, and sometimes even though we really want to push for other countries to start taking action now, we really need to empower the countries that are taking action because that allows us to have a more positive mindset. I really would suggest that everyone join a climate strike or climate change group because this allows you to vent to people that share your similar concern about our dying planet, and this can be very therapeutic when you can sit down and really vent your concerns in an atmosphere that's respectful towards your beliefs. And I found this has been super helpful for me, so I hope it can be super helpful for you. Volunteering in your community to educate people about climate change can be an awesome thing that allows you to share your passion with your community and hopefully convert people to taking action on climate change. If you're part of the community, there's more respect because you're an insider and know more what's happening in everyone's daily life, because if something's affecting you climate change wise in your community, most likely it's going to affect other community members, and this can be a very powerful message. My last tip would be to have someone in the climate change movement you can look up to. This might be someone in your own community or Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations. This is super critical because when you hear really upsetting news that climate change isn't being taken seriously, you can look towards this person and actions they're taking every day, and that might give you some hope about the future if you can't find any positive stories at the moment. I have a quick question. What do you think of these tips? Let me know in the comments below. Climate change can be very overwhelming and depressing at times because you see little to nothing happening in terms of taking it seriously in many countries all over the globe. However, focusing on yourself and utilizing the other tips I suggested allow you to bring control back into your life and try to gain a more positive mindset about what's going on. I would also suggest writing letters to the editor. I know in the United States you have editors of newspapers and you can write to them about your concerns with climate change and get it published in the newspaper. I did this and I found it very empowering because my message about climate change in action was getting out there. So definitely consider doing something like that to get your voice heard as well. Just remember, everybody matters and can make a difference every day, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't matter, because you do, and actions you take towards our planet are very important. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Next Friday, I'm going to take a little bit of a break because of the semester starting. If you'd like to learn more about sustainable period products, you can click the video right here. Also, take a picture of the screen right now and I'll shout you out on social media. Just tag me on Instagram or Twitter. Lastly, if you like this video, please subscribe, give it a like, and share with someone who could benefit. Let's make the world a better place.